Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine. So today we will start with a new chapter, that is study of gas laws. So what is a gas? Gas is a form of matter which has no specific volume, no particular shape is there. Gases behave differently under different conditions. Some general properties of gases, they are composed of molecules. Molecules, they may be monatomic, diatomic or triatomic depending upon the type of gas. Then the gases, they have weak molecule to molecule interaction, that is force of attraction between one molecule to another molecule, that is very weak. The space between them, that is molecule to molecule, that is high. Force weak, space more. Then gases, they can easily move from one place to another, that is they are having greater ability to diffuse from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. Then gases can easily expand. Why they can easily expand? Because their molecules are free, and on supplying little amount of energy, those molecules, they get excited, their kinetic energy increases, hence they are easily expandable. Similarly, they can easily be compressed. Highly they are compressible. Why compressible easily? Because molecules, again the reason is same, force is weak, space between them is more, hence on reducing the temperature and increasing the pressure, they can be reduced to a lower volume. Then gases, they can converted from one state to another, that is from gaseous to the liquid state, that is they can be liquefied also. So these are the general properties of some gases. Now gases, their nature varies from gas to gas. For studying the nature of different gases, we have three parameters. First one is pressure, another one is volume, and the third one is temperature. So pressure, it is the force applied per unit area on any particular object. What is volume? It is the space occupied by any object or any part of a matter. And temperature, it is the degree of hotness or coldness of a object or of a body. So if any of these parameters it is affected, the other two parameters of the gas, they also get affected. Now for studying or for calculating any of these parameters, we have different units. Like for calculating the pressure, we have units like Pascal, atmosphere, millimeter of Hg, that is mercury, centimeter of mercury, torsilli, bar, etc. So SI unit, which is commonly used worldwide, that is Pascal. 1 Pascal, it is equal to 1 Newton divided by 1 meter square, as pressure is force upon area. So force having unit Newton and area having unit meter square. So 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton divided by 1 meter square. Now similarly 1 atmosphere, that is equal to 760 mm of mercury. This one is also unit. So different units are there, you have to go through these units. Similarly for calculation of volume, we use different units like milliliter, liter, then decimeter, meter cube. So SI unit is meter cube, others are the different units. Standard unit is meter cube. Similarly for calculation of temperature, we have Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. One more scale is there, that is rheumatoid, that is not here, now you need to do. So three different scales you have to keep in mind: Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Now here SI unit is Kelvin. How to express Kelvin to Celsius, or how to convert degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit, that is also very easy. We will do that one with the numerical practice. But how to convert Kelvin to degree Celsius? So just remember 0 degree Celsius, it is equal to 273 Kelvin approximately. So whenever you need to convert degree Celsius to Kelvin, just add 273 there. Like suppose you have to calculate convert 25 degree Celsius, that is 25 degree Celsius, to Kelvin scale, so it will be 298 Kelvin. Just you have to add 273 in order to convert it into Kelvin scale. Now for studying all these, we have 3 different laws. Not only 3 different laws, many laws are there, but in the syllabus part in your book, only 3 major laws are given which govern the volume with respect to pressure and temperature. So first law, that is Boyle's law. Second one is Charles' law. And third one is gas equation. So all these 3 laws, they govern the relation of volume with respect to temperature and pressure. Now for calculation of volume with respect to temperature and pressure, if suppose both the parameters they are increased, then the exact volume calculation cannot be done. Why it is not so? Because both are different parameters and both affect the volume of the gas, of any general gas, in different ways. Suppose if temperature is increased, we say volume also increases. Why volume increases? Because kinetic energy of the particles that increases. But on the same time, if we say pressure also is increased, if P is also increased, then what happens? Then volume decreases. Then it becomes a uncertainty how to predict the exact volume. So whenever the volume is calculated with respect to these 2 parameters, so the one parameter that is always kept constant, or the standard value of that one is chosen. So that we will study, like in Boyle's law. Boyle's law relates the volume with versus pressure. So in Boyle's law, temperature is constant. So according to Boyle's law, what he proved, and after that he proposed a law. He proved that suppose if we are increasing the pressure on any particular gas, so with the increase in the pressure, volume decreases. Pressure increases, volume decreases. Condition is temperature must be kept constant. Similarly, if pressure decreases, volume will increase. That is, volume is inversely related to pressure. So this is in accordance with the Boyle's law. So a general equation for Boyle's law, that is, like suppose if we are having a gas which is having initial volume V1 and the initial pressure is P1. Now after some time pressure is increased to P2, so volume will also be affected. So but just I said volume is inversely proportional to P, or PV is equal to constant, or this constant, how it is removed? It is removed by taking that constant, that is equal to T, or constant can also be K. Like here we have initial volume V1, initial pressure P1, so that is constant. Similarly, the final one, that is P2 and V2, that also will be equal to constant. So from these two equations, what we get, P1 is equal to P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, which is equal to the standardized or the general equation for the Boyle's law. Okay, now for Boyle's law we have studied that P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, keeping the temperature constant. Now if graph is plotted with respect to P versus V, so we get a hyperbolic curve. Like suppose if pressure is more, then volume will be less. Similarly, if pressure is less, volume will be more. So this type of graph will be there, keeping the temperature. Temperature must be constant. Whenever you need to study the Boyle's law, then temperature must be constant. The other two parameters, they will vary. Similarly, if we have P versus 1 by V, then we will get a straight line. Here also the temperature is constant, but here you will get the straight line because inverse of volume is there with respect to pressure. So they both become directly proportional. But P and V, these are inversely proportional. This whole parameter, it is directly with respect to pressure. So straight line is there. Similarly, if PV is plotted versus P, then we will get again a straight line, but that straight line that will not be from the origin, that will be from a specific volume, because gases, they have a specific volume, means their volume is not zero. If volume becomes zero, then it means the existence of that gas is not there. Specific in the terms, it is not definite, but it must be having some value. So these are with respect to the Boyle's law. These three graphs we can have. Now what is the significance of gas law? This Boyle's law, first one, Boyle's law, it is applicable like when in the hilly areas we often go and we need to carry their oxygen cylinders. Why the oxygen cylinders are needed? Because as the pressure increases, volume decreases and the gas becomes dense. But on the hilly areas it is reversed, it is opposite of that. Pressure is less there. If pressure will be less, volume becomes more. If volume becomes more, density, that will decrease. And if density decreases of the air, the oxygen concentration in the air, that also will decrease. If oxygen concentration in the air will decrease, naturally we need oxygen cylinders there. So the paragliders, they often carry the oxygen cylinders. Moreover, if no oxygen cylinders are there, then the person feels nausea or dizziness in the hilly areas. Okay, so with respect to time, within few days the person accommodates there, but as we go there, we often encounter such conditions. So this is with respect to the Boyle's law. Okay, now the next one is Charles' law. So Charles' law, in Charles' law also we are going to study the relation of volume, but here temperature is not kept constant. Temperature is studied with respect to volume and pressure is kept constant. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you, the pressure versus volume graphs in which temperature is kept constant, they are known as isotherms. Previously, just now we have studied those one. So in which the temperature is kept constant, that graph is known as isotherm. iso means same, therm means heat or temperature. So we have studied just now in case of Boyle's law. Now in the Charles law, Charles studied that if temperature of any gas is increased, so what happens? The molecular motion that also increases, and if molecular motion increases, the volume of that gas that also increases. So what he concluded, that volume of any gas that is directly proportional to the temperature provided pressure is kept constant. Clear? So on the basis of that, he formulated an equation that is V is directly proportional to T, or we can say V1 if any gas is having in the initial stage volume V1 at a temperature T1. So after some time, when temperature will be from T1 to T2, so we get an equation that is V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So this is a generalized equation.